go live. All right. And go live. We're live.
Nice.
All right. Welcome, everybody. We are going to be covering how to donate to Gitcoin Grants. We're going to give people just another minute or two to get here, but welcome. If you guys have any questions, you guys can post them on YouTube. We have the live chat, and then we'll leave some time for questions at the end. You can join us on our Discord as well, but we'll be mainly looking at YouTube for our questions today. Just keep everything a little more organized. We'll do intros and everything in just a minute.
Wait a bit for people to join.
Yeah. It says 15 waiting. Let's see. 9 viewers. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Hello, everyone.
All right. Welcome. Links in the description to follow along or to view after. And then I can pin. It's pretty cool. All right. So we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, zkSync community, or wherever you are from. I am BX Pana, one of the community managers for Matter Labs and zkSync, and this is my co-host.
Hello, everyone. I'm CC Fos, also a community manager for Matter Labs. You have seen me also probably in the zkSync Discord server.
That's right. And today we thought it'd be a great opportunity to take advantage of the Gitcoin Grants round 14 to show people how to donate to different grants on Gitcoin Grants, and then check out using zkSync and save some funds on your gas fees with zkSync instead of checking out on Ethereum L1. So we can go ahead and get started. So just a quick overview of who Matter Labs is. We're the team behind zkSync, which is a L2, a zkRollup that's helping scale Ethereum. And Sisyphos is showing our Matter Labs website where you can learn more about the team, check out our user handbook, and get links to different things to learn more about Matter Labs. So just high level for what a rollup is, right? A zkRollup, basically we batch transactions off chain to save on gas. We use with a zero knowledge proof, we put all the transactions in the batch, create a proof to prove that all those transactions happened, and then we relay that back onto L1 Ethereum and inherit the security of Ethereum layer 1. Sisyphos, anything that I'm missing? Anything that we should add there?
I would say that zkRollup are obviously now competing with optimistic rollup, but Vitalik had made like a kind of clear statement that we was going to win in the long run, which he expects to be zkEVM. So check Vitalik's blog with his comparison and incomplete guide to rollups. The link is in the description. And it's a very great introduction to rollups, their technology, and how the optimistic rollups differ from our solutions, zkRollups.
Yeah, that's a great resource. If you want to get really into the weeds, that one's fantastic. We also linked in the description a video from the ethereum.org website. That's a fantastic explainer too if you need visuals and need somebody to walk you through. So we've got both the introductory and the high-end level for learning more about zkRollups. But let's go ahead. Let's get started on the meat and potatoes of this meeting. let's go ahead and introduce from people who might be new, or Sisyphos, what is Gitcoin Grants? What do they do?
Gitcoin Grants, here they are. For people that haven't heard about Gitcoin Grants, it's a platform that allows to fund or crowdfund open source projects and to fund the development of public goods. And since the 8th of June, they had a Gitcoin grant going where they have different grants ongoing, and it's happening until the 23rd of June. What is particular about that round is that there is what they call quadratic funding. It means that the more individual contributions there is in a project, the higher the matching of the fundings by the different donors of that round. So for that round, we want to show you how to make a payment and the donation with zkSync. We have picked for you a selection of 3 different projects. But again, BXPANA has put a link in the description with all the different projects that we found fun, and they're mostly related to zero knowledge proof. What else do you have in that package?
Yeah, I have. So some people are like, what do I donate to? There's so many different projects on there. So I put a collection, BXPANA's fund to fund collection. So if you need a little help with some different things that I like to support and donate to, like Sisyphos said, some zkRollups stuff in there. But I also really like to give back to the core developers. So you'll see some Ethereum magicians, some execution client or consensus client donations on there too, just to give back to the foundation and structure of Ethereum so everything can build up from there. So you can check out that collection. And one thing I also wanted to just address really quick is they have quadratic funding. And Sisyphos, can you explain a little bit why would somebody want to donate during a Gitcoin grant round versus just donating on a Gitcoin grant when there's not a round happening?
Sure. So you can see here on the right in our screen that when you give during that round, for example, if I want to give 100 DAI to L2Bit, there is an estimated matching from the donors of 753 DAI. So it means that for this 100 DAI donation that I make, the donors are going to match that contribution with 753 DAI. So this is like the mechanism of quadratic funding, which allows to reward popular projects and projects that a lot of individuals cares about.
Exactly. And so a lot of people might think, well, I only have $10 to donate. Like, why would I want to do that? That's not going to help anybody very much. Well, if you find those projects that have the matching and haven't exceeded their limit, then that $10 can become so much more than that. And it varies from range to range. But like we see, our $100 is going to be matched by $753. So it's almost a 7 times growth of donation just by a simple $100. So no amount is too small. And of course, right now, L1 gas fees aren't too crazy. But when you're donating on L1, you'll see that there's going to be a little discrepancy between donating on zkSync. And using zkSync allows you to save on those gas fees so that you can feel more comfortable donating a smaller amount and not have most of it be eaten up by gas fees. So it's something that's really cool and a great feature to use when donating on Gitcoin Grants.
Yeah, especially if you go on L2 fees that has been put together by L2Bits, who we are donating some funds, and crypto fees. They have put together this page that allows to compare the different fees on L2 versus L1, and you can see that zkSync have quite lower fees, so it allows to give more money in the end to the projects you care about and spend less on gas fees. Alternatively, you can also look at our zkScan website, and you have here a few estimation of the different fees involved for the different actions, like minting an NFT, withdrawing, activation fees, and transfer. We're going to touch about the activation fees in a few seconds once we try to bridge some funds to our zkSync wallet.
Perfect. So yeah, I think we can go ahead and get started. We're going to be starting this process from the beginning. So from the standpoint that you've never funded any or put any funds on zkSync before from Ethereum, and so we'll walk through those steps. And Sisyphos, you want to go ahead and take it away?
Yeah, maybe when we start here, we are on the card of Bitcoin, and if we were to make that transaction in Ethereum, we would click here. So we would have to connect first our wallet, make sure it's connected, and try to see how much it costs. So we can see that making the donation on mainnet right now of 300 DAI to our different actors costs about $34 in fees. And now we're not going to do the transaction on L1. We want to do that on zkSync to enjoy lower fees. So we're going to show you how to do that.
Sisyphos, just really quick, the MetaMask window isn't showing when it popped up.
Okay. I guess it's not showing on.
I think because we were sharing a window or a tab or whatever that instead of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. We'll make it work. That'll be fine.
Is it necessary to show the MetaMask pop-up?
No, you can say it anyways. No. You said how much it would cost, so users will figure it out.
So yeah, here we remember it was $34, right?
$34. All right. Remember that.
So let's go ahead and transfer this money to zkSync. So how would you do that? First, we would suggest you just to go on a clarification. We're doing that on zkSync 1.0. Not zkSync 2.0, which is on testnet. So zkSync 1.0 for now handles transactions, and it's also some features with NFT, but it's particularly well crafted for transactions. So we can go on the wallet.zkSync.io, which is our zkSync wallet for V1. Connect our wallet. Here we're going to connect MetaMask, and we've seen that we have no funds right now on our zkSync wallet. So what we would like to do is to top up with our wallet. We have several options.
And first, sorry, really quick, Sisyphos, before we had already connected the wallet to zkSync, the zkSync wallet. So that's why it just immediately went through. But typically, and again, our MetaMask pop-up isn't going to show up, but you'll get a MetaMask pop-up to confirm that you want to connect your wallet to the account. So I just wanted to point that out really quick before we move forward.
You're right. I forgot that I already connected my wallet. So once you have collected your wallet, that's the page you should see. And the moment you want to add funds on your zkSync wallet on layer 2, you have several possibilities. You can use an on-ramp solution that you have here. You can directly transfer from exchanges such as Bybit, or you can use different bridges. Here you have a selection of bridges, but we highly suggest you as well to consult our zkSync ecosystem page. And here you can select the different filters. And if you look at different bridges, we have a lot of different solutions out there. Shout out to all these projects for building on zkSync. For that video, we're gonna use Orbiter. Let's do it with Orbiter. So did I miss something up to now? I think we can proceed just with transferring funds from Ethereum, right?
Yeah, that's good, right? We have the different bridges. You can use zkSync bridge, but we wanted to showcase some different projects and different things that you can do on zkSync. So yeah, that's why we're using Orbiter today. But yeah, that's perfect.
Let's go for Orbiter. So again, here I've already connected the wallet. It's connected to Orbiter. Orbiter is a bridge that allows you to transfer from pretty much everywhere, like pretty much all LTs to L1 and different between L2s and L2 bridge. So it's a very nice protocol that they have developed here. Here we want to transfer funds from Ethereum mainnet to zkSync. We're gonna transfer some USDC that we're gonna change later on for DAI in order to make the transaction on Gitcoin.
Sisyphos, how on a wallet, right? If I'm a user, I've used some different L2s. What network do I use to connect for zkSync 1.0 mainnet on my wallet?
Oh, yeah. So we remain on Ethereum network. That's the beauty of zkSync 1.0 is that you don't need an RPC for connecting to zkSync 1.0. Thanks a lot, Big Spanner, for that.
Of course. So yeah, you'll be on the Ethereum mainnet on your wallet selection. Well, our wallet pop-up doesn't work, but you'll stay on the Ethereum mainnet when using zkSync 1.0 mainnet. So that's what we're using now, and we'll connect with Ethereum mainnet.
Yeah. So here we are, we connected. We're gonna send 400 USDC to the zkSync network. So when I click on send, you won't probably see afterwards the pop-up from MetaMask. I'm gonna have to, as I'm using a ledger here, wallet, stay safe, everyone here. I just need to put the password. Here we go.
While you do that, right, just for a quick explainer, there's a difference between a hardware wallet and the mobile extension that you use. Hardware wallets give you a little bit more security of your funds. So if you don't have a hardware wallet, it might be something worth looking into.
Definitely. Here I'm using Ledger. It's now very
nice
hardware wallet. So here we go. We have just accepted the transaction, signed the transaction on MetaMask. We didn't see here, but I did that, and I confirmed the transaction on the hardware wallet. Then, so we're just going to wait for the funds to arrive on zkSync. And once that is done, we're going to swap these USDC for DAI in order to make the contribution on Gitcoin.
Great. And can we view on the Explorer for Ethereum? And let's...
On the Explorer for Ethereum?
Yeah.
Yep. Here we go.
Perfect. So a lot of the time when people are depositing, and I just want to cover this, people are wondering what's taking so long for my deposit, right? This is an L1 transaction. So some of the times people for their gas price have something that's much lower than what the current rate is. Right now, gas in Gwei is around 66. Our gas price that we paid is 79. So this should go through within the next minute or so. But sometimes people choose like really low, like 20 Gwei, and they're like, well, I deposited like 2 days ago. Where is it? So if you ever have any issues with the deposit taking forever to go through, make sure to check the transaction on layer 1. As we see, ours went through. And then once we have it through on L1, it usually takes about like 10 confirmations. And if you see, Sisyphos, if you can show the block confirmation on, go back to the Etherscan.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
If you look at status, it says success, and then block, and right under at block, it says 1 block confirmation. Typically, it takes a max of 10. So if you refresh that page, let's see how many block confirmations we have. Did you refresh the Etherscan page?
Here we go.
And we're at six, right? Mm-hmm. Cool. So 6 blocks confirmation. So then looks like it should be good. We go to zkSync or zkScan. Sorry.
Oh, you want the zkScan? Let's go back from the Arbitrum. This one.
Orbiter. Perfect. So it's initiated, and so when a transaction is set for initiated, if it's a deposit, if it's transfer, can I use my funds when it's an initiated status? Sisyphos.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good question. I've never wondered. I guess so. Once initiated, is already ready to be used.
Yep. So if we click home or go back, yep, we'll already see the funds are there. It's in a committed state. So the funds don't have the full backing security of L1, but the transaction has already been processed, and you can already start using those funds on zkSync. So we can go ahead and get started with our next part of the process.
Yeah. So we've seen that in order to make a donation on Gitcoin, we need some DAIs. Now we just bridge some USDC, and we're gonna then swap these USDC for DAIs. In order to do so, you can also just go on the swap, click on the swap button, and you should be automatically transferred to ZigZag Exchange. Again, if you go on our the ecosystem page, that is here, you will find different exchanges that you can use in order to swap your token. Here, we are using ZigZag. They've been building since the early days on zkSync, and they have a fantastic product working now. So shout out as well to them. And yeah, we're gonna just connect our wallet again.
Yep. And just to mention, somebody in the chat had said that you can use USDC to Gitcoin too, which yes, for sure. There's some different you can choose different tokens, but this gives us an opportunity to showcase ZigZag and how to swap if you needed to swap for something else.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you very much for that user for the precision. Also, another note here, as it's the first time that we're using zkSync, we mentioned briefly earlier that there is an activation fees in order to activate the account on zkSync, and you can see here either you do it directly through the zkSync wallet, or you can do it via ZigZag Exchange and just here pay the activation fees through ZigZag. Here we don't see, but I have actually a MetaMask window open that asks me if I want to sign that message. So I'm just signing, and here I've connected my wallet, pay the activation fees, and I'm ready to trade.
And do I have to wait after I pay the activation fee? Do I have to wait for that to go through, or can I start using my funds right away?
I need to wait that one.
So yes, during an account activation, it's the same process. Once it's initiated, you can start making transaction transfers on zkSync. So your account is in the process of getting activated. Basically, what's happening is it's tying the zkSync account to your L1 account, so that only if you have access to the L1 account will you be able to do anything with the funds on zkSync. If we go back to the zkScan tab with the account.
Here.
Yep. If you refresh that page, we'll see it says change pub key. That is the account activation fee. And we see that was created a minute ago. We can go ahead and get started with our funds.
Yay! So let's go on ZigZag. We want to trade USDC for DAI. So we're going to take the USDC DAI pair, which is this one. Invalid symbol. I'm not sure why it doesn't display here the chart, but we can go ahead and just buy. Let's buy 340 DAI. Let's. What is really interesting also on zkSync, and I think this is something that many users enjoy, is that you can pay your gas fees in the currency that you are using. So here I'm actually paying the transaction fees in USDC.
Yeah, it's a great feature, right? We bridged over USDC. Most times you're like, oh no, I don't have the token to pay for gas, whatever native token it is. Well, we have gasless meta transactions, and you can pay with whatever token you've got, or for the most part. And you can see on our tokens page the different tokens that are available for paying fees in.
And you've seen that Big I didn't have the time to finish that is a sentence that the transaction went already through. So it's zkSync, super fast, cheap. Users enjoy it. So here we are. We have our DAIs, and we are ready to make a donation now on Gitcoin. Here we are back in our page. did we? So here we want to give, so here's the detail of the transactions. We didn't say why we picked these 3 projects, but now it's a good time. I think we do care at Matter Labs about the dissemination of knowledge, of teaching the community, informing and giving the most accurate information out there, and at the same time building L2 communities. And we believe that these 3 projects have contributed in their own way in doing that, either organizing events, podcasts, or Twitter threads, or creating dashboards. They have all contributed in the dissemination of knowledge within the L2 communities, and shout out to them for that. And there is also a lot of different projects. And again, you can check the link in the description of the selection made by BXPana.
Yeah. And maybe just to show them, this is the cart. So we've already selected the grants, but maybe you can show them what the process looks like for finding grants and looking through the different grants.
Mm-hmm. Let's go at the grants. I would just look here, a brief overview of all the grants available during that round. You can just go around and pick the ones that you prefer. You have different filters. We can look at the one from on ETH, on Ethereum, layer 2s, any kind of projects you want to fund.
Right, and then each of these little cards on the web page show you the estimated matching. So it'll show you what the matching is going to come from with the current amount that they have funded to them already. And then you can also, in the top left, if we go up, say, like we talked about earlier, you're not sure what to donate to, but you follow some different influencers or some key players in the Ethereum ecosystem. You can click the collections tab right next to grants and see some different collections that people have made across the entire ecosystem to see, hey, actually, I want to donate to that grant too.
Mm-hmm. Do we want to see your collection? Is it here around?
I don't know how to search for it. That's all right. We'll let the viewers go through that. Let's go ahead and we can start the checkout process, and then if they're interested, they can check it out.
Yeah, let's do that. So here we go. We're gonna give 315 DAI in total because we have a 5% going for the pool contribution. And then the total contribution, thanks to the matching, is about 1,181 DAI. For the checkout, this time we're going to use zkSync. How much gas fees was it back before? We say $34.
$34.
Here, I'm not sure if you see that pop-up window.
No. Yes. Yeah, we see the pop-up window.
Yes. The pay with the zkSync. So I'm just going to proceed. Here we have the zkSync checkout tool. I'm going to connect my wallet. Here we go.
And so on Gitcoin Grants, when you click the proceed button, it's going to pop out you to the zkSync checkout window. And so it's important to have these windows both open during this process to make sure it doesn't lose connection.
So I've just signed the transaction that you didn't see because MetaMask didn't pop up. Sign on the wallet. And now we're ready to complete the payment.
And in the left-hand side, what do we see? So we're giving to 3 grants. The Gitcoin Grants the matching pool fund, that 15%, or I'm sorry, 5% is a grant as well. So we have got 4 grants that we're donating to for a grand total of 44 cents.
Hell yeah. So instead of $34, we are paying 44 cents in fees.
Yeah, and 44 DAI, exactly. We don't have to use
So here we are signing the message. Hoorah!
There we go. That's it. Now it's crazy fast.
So, here we are paying 44 cents instead of $34 for that donation. More in the pockets of these amazing projects. We could show you as well how to withdraw funds if you we have still a bit of time.
Yeah, let's click the close button on there and let's just see what the process looked like. You'll go back, or it'll take you back to Gitcoin Grants, where you get an opportunity to share on Twitter if you want to let everybody know what you donated to, and then some other options to verify your identity. Gitcoin is very big on civil resistance, and verifying your identity in different ways help boost your matching. So that's a great thing to do, or to check out if you're interested. And then just one other thing I wanted to note is there's been some users in the past who've had issues with after they contribute on zkSync, it's not reflecting on their profile page on Gitcoin Grants. And I'm going to include in the description a tool that Gitcoin made where you basically fill in the missing pieces. Hey, here's my information for what grants I gave to. This is my Gitcoin account, and it will connect everything.
Amazing. Yeah, so let's now say that you want to withdraw perhaps the funds back to L1. I'm not sure if we have enough, but yeah, let's see how would you do that. Basically, you would open back your zkSync wallet. We can see the remaining, I'm gonna just refresh. This is the remaining balance that I have on that zkSync wallet after the donation. And we are going to send, let's say, 50 USDC back to L1. So we would click on swap again. Oh, no, sorry. We would, where is the transfer, sorry. And then send to, you have here a small button that is written send to Ethereum L1 that allows you to withdraw the funds.
And what happens if they don't click that button? If they do send on zkSync, what happens there?
So here is to send from zkSync to zkSync addresses. So if you here, you can put the address of a friend that has already a wallet on zkSync and just send him any tokens through that tool.
Exactly. And this is where we just wanted to put some focus on. A lot of our newer users just go here and automatically put their address and say, all right, I want this to end up on L1. Well, this is mainly to send to another account on zkSync. And that's why we've got the little option in the top right for send to Ethereum L1. And then it just to give you some background information, even if they don't have the like funds or an account set up on zkSync, you can send to any Ethereum address on zkSync. So for example, let's say Alice is trying to send funds to Bob on zkSync. Bob doesn't have an address on or doesn't have an account on zkSync yet. She can still Alice can send funds to Bob using the same Ethereum address, and it's going to show up on zkSync. Bob just needs to connect his wallet to zkSync to get access to those funds. And can we send by ENS too? No, not yet. That'll probably be something available on zkSync 2.0. But right now you have to put in the address string to send, not ENS. Good question.
Nice.
All right, onwards, Sisyphos.
Let's proceed with the withdrawal. Let's send back a few. So what did we say we wanted to send back? Some USDC. Let's send 40. We are gonna pay in DAI if we can. So I can withdraw all my USDC, 56 USDC, and pay the fees in DAI. So I get just all my USDC. Again, here I have a MetaMask window that pops up. You don't see it, but I'm just signing transaction. One transaction is to approve my USDC first and to approve to use them. And now I'm sending them back to L1. Important information, once you withdraw your funds from zkSync to L1, it can take between 30 minutes and 7 hours for your funds to arrive. So in between, don't panic. It's normal. Wait a little bit, be patient. If it takes more than 7 hours, just come say hi to the Discord and we can look at it together.
Exactly. And some other things to note, right? That if you looked at the withdrawal fee, it was around $11 or 11 DAI. And we get a lot of the questions of, well, why does that cost so much? This is an L2. This is supposed to be super cheap. Well, when you're doing a withdrawal, you're making an interaction with L1. So where your fee is based on the L1 gas fee. So it is a little bit higher for a withdrawal, but everything on zkSync stays at those zkSync prices. And the other thing to note is Sisyphos, where can they see, let's say they don't want to go to the wallet and go through the process just to see the fee, where can they see the fee for withdrawals, for activation fee, the estimates again, if they just want to check?
On zkScan?
Yep.
So we had that open. Let's quickly put zkScan. Here we go. Here you have the different fees that you can see. We paid about 9 DAIs exactly, like to withdraw. And I believe the bridging fees that we paid were about like $14. So still in total, doing the bridging, the donation, and bridging out the withdrawal, we're still below than the $34 that we paid for the on L1 for just making the transaction. So, yeah. And that was the first time we used the wallet. So if you do more and more transactions, you give more, you do several donations, or you transfer money, it's definitely worth it to do transactions on layer 2.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we work here, and it still blows my mind how fast it is when I use zkSync to do this stuff.
Yeah, especially compared to, on L1, it can take a bit of time, especially when the market is in panic, or then there's a lot of congestion. It takes the time that it needs.
Exactly. And then just something else I wanted to touch on. Some people wonder why it takes so long for a withdrawal. We said that 30 minutes to 7 hours. That depends on network usage. So the more people that are using zkSync, the faster these roll-up blocks get filled up and then sent to L1. So withdrawal fee or withdrawal needs to go through the whole process of verifying and getting the full security of L1. So it has to wait through and go through that process. But if we had a ton of people on right now, it would be much quicker. I think right now we have had a lot of usage with Gitcoin grants, so the withdrawal has been somewhere in the 2 to 3 hour range, but the max time would be about 7 hours.
And here we can see on zkScan that the transaction has been initiated. It's a withdrawal from layer 2 to layer 1, the same address. But again, use the withdrawal tool and just not send the funds from your address to your address. Use the withdrawal tool if you want to send back to L1.
Exactly. And why don't we show them really quick our FAQ? I know that there's probably going to be some questions that people are like, well, I have a different question about something else. So we have our FAQ that can help address some of those. You can just go to the...
We could, do we have access?
Yeah, keep going down. If you scroll down, bottom left, docs.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got lots of different places. So on the left-hand side, we can scroll down to the FAQ. And so some great resources here if you're withdrawing. How long are withdrawal times? I withdrew my funds, but I don't see them in my L1 account. And I use transfer instead of withdraw to get my funds onto L1. These are great resources to go to check out to get your answers. Even what is the difference between initiated, committed, and verification transaction on zkScan. And if you need any help with using the zkSync wallet, if you scroll Sisyphos on the left-hand side down to tutorials, we have some basic tutorials for adding funds to zkSync, what the account activation process looks like, transferring funds on zkSync, transferring funds to Ethereum, minting an NFT, and the alternative withdrawal tool, which we won't spend too much time on in this video.
So yeah, basically most of the instruction or the stuff that we have done here in this video, you can probably replicate all of them by looking also at the tutorial. There are a few steps, of course, giving directly to Gitcoin or the swap that are application specific. But if you want to start and you have all these resources here written, and you can just go step by step and replicate what we just done.
Yep, exactly. All right, I think that about sums up everything that we've got for today with the Gitcoin grants. Is there anything else that we wanted to cover specifically to Gitcoin, Sisyphos?
Specifically about Gitcoin grants, I think we covered everything. Yeah, I think we covered everything.
Fantastic. And so just to let people know here, we've got zkSync 2.0 testnet live right now, which enables smart contracts on zkSync. So people can start porting over their L1 contracts and EVM, something that's running on EVM, and move it over to zkSync with minimal changes. It's on testnet, so if you are a builder or interested, come join us on Discord and you can check it out. We also have our docs linked on the main zkSync.io page. You can get to our V2 docs. Nice, thank you, Sisyphos. And if the docs link there will link us to V1 docs. That's perfect, and that will be our V2 docs. And then just wanted to open it up to some questions now. I see one here. Does Matter Labs have a grant? No, Matter Labs and zkSync does not have a grant for the Gitcoin grants round. So that's why we kind of put together the little collection of different things that we're interested in, that you might be interested in as well. Let's see. Feel free to type any questions on the YouTube chat. I'll wait a few minutes to see. I'll look through if there's any others.
Let's see in Discord if we have something.
I want to send a tip to a project via Gitcoin. Can I do that with zkSync too? I believe so. You can, and yeah, I think Christian S, if you're talking about like if you just wanted to give $1 or something, or just wanted to send some small amount, and you didn't want to have to go through Gitcoin grants in that process, you can still get the address that they list on the grant, and you can just transfer funds to them on zkSync. So some people might not have like a GitHub account. They don't want to go through the whole process of verifying and doing all that, but they still really want to donate some funds to a project. You can still grab that address and send funds there.
More questions?
No, I'm not seeing any more questions. Sisyphos, are we hiring?
We are. We have a lot of position available. Let's see where you can find them. So on the zkSync website, we have this small tab, We Are Hiring, and you can see all the different positions that are currently open. If you don't find the perfect match, still send your applications. We are still hiring for the next, and growing.
Yeah.
So yeah, just send your CV and your applications, and if there is a match, we will definitely contact you back.
Exactly. And you can find the jobs listing at joinmatterlabs.com. I will put a link in the show or in the description as well. Labs.com. All right. Nice, Reshma. Looks like somebody applied for senior product marketing manager today. Fantastic. Best of luck.
Nice.
All right. Well, I think that about wraps up everything that we need to show here. Again, if you have any questions, join us in our Discord server. We also have a support Telegram channel. You can go to the zkSync docs, and under the contacts tab, you can get the official links to our different socials. Twitter is on there as well. And we're always happy to answer any questions. I got a when ambassadors question.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. We're hoping very soon. We'd love to have an update for you all on what our thinking is with that in our process. But we're really excited for it, and we just want to make sure we got everything set before we get everybody else excited around it too. Our progress is being made. Wayne. All right. Well, thank you all again. I am BXPana. You can find me at BXPana, Never DMs First on Discord or on Twitter. I think I'm Jack of all trades or something like that. I'll have to change it to BXPana so it's easier to find me. And my co-host is
CCFOs again. Will never DM you first, and I just created a Twitter account as well under the name zkCCFOs. So feel free to follow us for any news about zkSync and Matter Labs.
awesome. All right. Well, thank you again, everybody, for joining us. It's lovely to have the community show up, and we hope to put on some more events like this to keep you all engaged and just have something fun to do. So, thank you again. Stay safe out there, all, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye bye all.
And